The 1999-2000 season was meant to be one of quiet consolidation for Galatasaray on the European stage. Under the masterful guidance of manager Fatih Terim, fondly known as Imperator, the Emperor, the club had assembled a squad with a unique and potent chemistry. It was a formidable blend of the Turkish and Savaşçı's warrior spirit and the sublime technical artistry of Balkan and Brazilian masters. They entered the UEFA Champions League with ambition, but few outside the passionate heart of Istanbul predicted their journey would culminate in a seismic, history-altering triumph. Their path to glory was not the one they intended, but it was the one that would grant them immortality. The squad was a tapestry of character and talent, built on an unbreakable spine of leadership. In goal stood the beatific Claudio Taffarel, a World Cup winner whose profound calmness in moments of extreme pressure was a source of infinite confidence for his defenders. The central defense was a legendary partnership of steel and silk. The fearless one-club captain Bülent Korkmaz was the embodiment of raw courage, a warrior who would sacrifice anything for the badge. Alongside him was the elegant Romanian sweeper, Gheorghe Popescu, Hagi's brother-in-law, whose intellectual reading of the game and graceful distribution provided the team's tactical foundation. The flanks were patrolled by the reliable Ergin Pembe and the Brazilian Capone. The engine room was ferocious, driven by the relentless tackling of Suat Kaya and the box-to-box energy of Okan Buruk, a duo that embodied the team's tireless work ethic. The attack was a multifaceted weapon. It was spearheaded by the towering Hakan Şükür, the bull of the Bosphorus, whose aerial prowess was arguably the best in Europe. He was supported by the mercurial talents of Hasan Şaş and Arif Erdem, whose trickery and pace stretched opposition defenses. And then, there was the maestro, the creative soul of the entire operation, Gheorghe Hagi. At 35, many thought his best years were behind him. They were wrong. The Maradona of the Carpathians was a field marshal with an artist's touch, a genius whose left foot could defy the laws of physics. His vision turned defensive solidity into devastating counterattacks, and his ferocious shooting ability made him a threat from anywhere on the pitch. After a hard-fought Champions League campaign ended with a third-place group finish, Galatasaray parachuted into the UEFA Cup. This was not a consolation prize. It was a new war to be won. Their knockout journey began against a tricky Bologna side, where a crucial goal in a 1-1 away draw set up a tense 2-1 victory in the cauldron of the Ali Sami Yen Stadium, a place famously nicknamed Hell. Next, a result that sent a shockwave across the continent. They traveled to Germany and, in a display of tactical perfection, clinically dispatched the mighty Borussia Dortmund 2-0, with Hakan Şükür scoring a vital opener. The job was completed in Istanbul, and suddenly Galatasaray were no longer just a curiosity. They were genuine contenders. A quarter-final demolition of Spain's Real Mallorca, including a stunning 4-1 win away from home, confirmed their elite status. The semi-final against Leeds United was tragically overshadowed by the death of 2 English fans in Istanbul. Amidst a heavy and somber atmosphere, Galatasaray won the home leg 2-0. The return at Elland Road was a fortress of hostility, a test of nerve and character. Yet Terim's soldiers stood firm, weathering a relentless storm to secure a 2-2 draw that booked their place in the final. They had navigated hell and Elland Road to reach their destiny in Copenhagen. On May 17, 2000, at Denmark's Parken Stadium, they faced a titan of English football, Arsene Wenger's formidable Arsenal, a team boasting superstars like Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, and Patrick Vieira. Galatasaray were the definitive underdogs. The final was a brutal, gripping war of attrition. The tactical chess match between Terim and Wenger was fascinating, as Arsenal's fluid attacks repeatedly crashed against the disciplined, unyielding Turkish defense. Taffarel was immense, a calm barrier against the storm. For 90 tense, goalless minutes, neither side could break the deadlock. The match stretched into extra time, and then disaster struck. In a moment of sheer frustration following a challenge, Hagi, the team's creative genius, lashed out at Tony Adams. The referee showed him a straight red card. The dream seemed to be crumbling, down to 10 men against one of the best teams in the world. With their captain Bülent Korkmaz playing through the agony of a dislocated shoulder strapped to his chest. Galatasaray were on the ropes, but this team's spirit was unbreakable. They defended with a primal courage that defied logic, holding on for the final whistle to force a penalty shootout. The tension was suffocating. But while Arsenal stars like Davor Şuker and Patrick Vieira faltered from the spot, the Turkish side was nerveless. Ergun, Hakan, and Umit all scored. It all came down to the final kick. Gheorghe Popescu, the picture of composure, placed the ball on the spot. He strode forward and smashed it into the net, wheeling away in a celebration of pure, unadulterated ecstasy. Galatasaray had conquered Europe. In the final analysis of that glorious campaign, while every player was a hero, one man's influence was the catalyst for it all. Gheorghe Hagi was the architect of the impossible dream. His importance transcended mere statistics. He was the soul of the team. The general who provided the flashes of genius that elevated a determined, courageous side into champions. His vision created chances out of nothing. His free kicks were a constant weapon, and his vast experience was the guiding light through the most tense European nights. He had instilled a defiant belief that they could challenge and beat anyone. His red card in the final, a mark of his fiery, passionate character, could not tarnish his monumental contribution. Hagi came to Turkey in the supposed twilight of his career. But for Galatasaray and the nation of Turkey, he delivered the golden dawn of their greatest footballing achievement.